Hello everyone, we'll be looking at dimension styles and dimensioning in AutoCAD. Before we get to the video, make sure to subscribe and leave comments. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Let's start. Go to dimension style, go to new. We're going to create 2mm dimensions. Go to continue. We'll go to lines first. Change the baseline spacing to 7mm, and we will change extend beyond dim to 1, and we'll change the offset from to 1 as well. And now we'll go to arrows. We'll change the arrows to right angles to reflect the drawing, and we will also change the leader to right angle as well. Change the arrow size to 2mm, and let's go to the next option, which is text. So in text we need to change the text height first to 2mm, and under text placement we want to change the vertical to above, and offset from dim we want to change that to 1mm, and under text alignment we will change that to aligned. And let's now look at fit to see if everything's fine. That's fine. The scale is 1. It's okay. This is full size drawing. We don't need to change anything on this. Let's now go to primary units, and under precision we need to change that to 0. Move the cursor, click OK now, and that's our first dimension style done. Let's do the next one. We have 2 dimensions with decimal places, so we'll call this one 2mm dim D for decimal, and we'll continue, and we will change the position to 1 decimal place and go to OK and select that, and that's our 2 dim styles done. We'll select the 2mm dim for 2mm dim, set that to current, and we will close. Now what we need to do is change the layer to layer dim. Double click that and make sure that is activated, and make sure the polar tracking is on. We will start with dimension linear, and we will look at 15mm first. So let's pick up the first point. We'll pick up the center line. Move the dimension wherever you want and left click, and that's our first dimension done. Now we'll go to dimension again. We'll use the continue option, and now we will pick up the second point, which is this one. So that's 15 and 30mm dimensions done. Now we will use dim linear and look at the 45mm dimension, and then we will also look at the 2 5mm ones. So we'll pick up the first point for the 5mm, and then we'll look at the second point for the 5mm. And as you can see, there's an issue here. I'll sort that issue out once I've done all the dimensions. So the next dimension which I need to do is a 55mm. So go to linear again, pick up the intersection of the first point, pick up the second point, and left click, and that's our 55mm dimension done. Now we can look at the 50mm diameter. So go to linear again, pick up the first point, Pick up the second point, move the dimension wherever you want and left click. Now with this dimension there is text to be added, so we will use DDE and enter. We'll select the dimension, we'll move the cursor in the right place and type in DIA and left click, and that's that one done. We'll apply the same principle for the other dimensions with text. So dim leader again. Now we will look at the M8, select the first point, the second point, move the dimension wherever you want, left click, type in DDE, select that dimension and type M, and that's that one done. Now let's dimension the thread. So pick up the first point and the second point. That's the 20mm thread done. We need to add the text, so we'll use the same procedure which we used earlier and left click, and that's that one done. Now we need to dimension the 35mm diameter. Go to linear again, pick up the first point, pick up the second point, move the dimension wherever you want, left click, DDE, select that dimension and type in DIA, and that's that one done, and left click, and that's that one done. Now we need to change the dimension style, so we go to dimension, go to dimension style. We need to select the 2mm dim D, so select that, set that as current and close. And now go to linear again, enter. We'll select this circle now, and we want to line up this with the 20mm. So we will pick a point on the 20mm, so it lines up, and that's now lined up. So we need to fill in the text in 14.2, so select that and type in DIA, and that's that one done. Now we need to look at the chamfer. So linear, pick up the first point, the second point, and move the dimension wherever you want and left click. Now type in DDE again, select the dimension, move the cursor in the right place and type in at 45% D for, and that's degree, and left click, and that's that one done. Now let's now look at the issue with the 5mm. The reason this has happened is because there's not enough space. So to sort this out, we need to explode the two dimensions. We'll that one and that one. Enter. Now what we can do is use the move command on this one. Select that arrow and move that here. And what we can do with the other one is we copy this arrow from here, pick up the intersection and copy it here, and that's that one sorted out. Now to finish this off, we will add the title. So let's go to layers, double click on notes, type in mtext, pick up the first point, the second point. We want to change the height to 3mm, we want to underline the text and we want to make this italic too. So we'll click into the box and we'll type in the title. And once we've done that, go to close, and that's our title completed. Let's now move this title more towards the center, about there. That's fine. If this tutorial has been helpful, like and comment.